let's get straight to it. Exogenous ketones. We get questions about these all the time. And the reason being is because you're all being multi-level marketed for the most part. We'll get to that in a minute, though.
I mean, it happens to everyone at some point in their life.
So exogenous ketones are ketones produced outside of the body. That's exogenous. That's what exogenous means. Ketones produced inside the body are endogenous, I think. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Science. So that's the thing. You're just drinking ketones, basically. The same thing your body produces naturally. We're not talking about any specific product. They're all the same. The active ingredient, the ketone, is beta-hydroxybutyrate. So any ingredient or any product you see that has that listed on the ingredients, beta-hydroxybutyrate, that's pretty much an exogenous ketone supplement. We were sent exogenous ketones a couple times.
Yes.
We're not going to mention which ones we were sent. We just want to keep this blanket review of what exogenous ketones are and how they're useful. I took them for 20 days straight just because I want to personally experience them and not just be giving my opinion based on what the internet says. I want to actually have my opinion and then also research the science.
Right. And how did you feel?
I felt the one thing I was holding out hope for, I was pretty skeptical, as you can probably tell going in. I was holding out hope for maybe like some appetite reduction. Basically, they tasted good. Did they? Yeah. The one I got tasted good.
Okay, cool.
Not going to mention which one it is. But there's no changes in how I felt
and
at
you
all.
don't need to be spending an absurd amount of money for something that tastes good.
That's the thing. They're absurdly priced.
Yeah.
Aside, guys, everyone's after your money. They're throwing keto on everything, trying to get your money. All these supplements, basically any supplement that has the word keto on it or any product that has keto on it, I would be like very skeptical of. The same way you'd be skeptical of something that's like fat burner.
Yeah, lose 10 pounds in 10 minutes. Like, that's obviously not going to happen in any situation. But today is a good example of someone who asked us about exogenous ketones. I'm starting keto. Would it be good? I've seen Keto OS. So would it be good to invest in that to help aid in my weight loss like quicker? Or is eating keto-friendly meals just as efficient? And so it's like, it's as if she kind of knew, you know, like you know what the true answer is, but you also kind of want an out. You want an easy out.
Everyone wants, that's what they're asking you. Is this thing a magical bullet that will make me lose weight?
Magical pill, not a bullet.
And the answer is no, guys. No. You know that. You know that by now.
If you're asking yourself that question, like, undoubtedly it's a false advertising.
Do the work.
Yeah.
Within an hour, you're in ketosis. Had a cheat meal? Doesn't matter. Within an hour, you're back in ketosis. Totally false. You're not in ketosis. Ketosis is when your liver is producing ketones.
Right.
You'll have ketones circulating in your blood, so when you do a blood test, it'll show ketones. So that's how they justify making that claim.
It's a false positive, though, essentially.
Essentially. There are some pros to the exogenous ketones for a very select few people. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, I was going to say, none of us are those people.
But for weight loss, it actually hinders weight loss, y'all. It's a negative. It's extra calories. You have to burn through those. Most of them are like 100-ish calories. You have to burn through those to start getting back to burning body fat. So if you're like waking up drinking a 100-calorie ketone supplement, that's a negative. Yeah. It's not benefiting you in any way. The people it does benefit, and there's a study that is commonly linked when people are proponents, aka they're in the pyramid for these exogenous ketones. And the study is one that it tests high-performance athletes. This is where it's beneficial. If you're fat adapted, you've been on keto for months, you're a long-distance runner, you're a power lifter, you're LeBron James, then exogenous ketones help. If you take it before performance, you'll have more energy than you normally would.
Right.
Because ketones are energy. You ingest energy, you have more energy output. It's actually been tested.
And if you're watching this, no offense, but you're not a high-performance athlete.
No offense.
I mean, neither are we.
Yeah.
Like, I'm no LeBron James. Like, I wish, but I'm not.
Another thing that the ketones help is epilepsy, stuff like that. Therapeutic levels of ketones. They call them therapeutic ketones. Beneficial for that. But for your average everyday who's just trying to lose weight,
faster,
which is most people,
yeah,
these are counterintuitive to that.
Right. I was just going to say, if it was like the magic pill, you wouldn't even be asking us. Like, it would just, it would be a point already that's been made, or we would have addressed it by now and said, this is great, use this. But you hear it's very controversial and more bad than good. So that's kind of telling you itself, like...
The only reason it is controversial is because there's so much marketing power behind these things.
So that's money.
That are clouding the waters. Like, if you actually get to a trusted source, it's very evident. So, like, I know a lot of you are probably going to say, like, Dom D'Agostino. He's a keto. He's the man. He knows everything about keto. He's a scientist. He's talking about the instances that I just described. Like, he's working with epileptic children and high performance athletes. People take those claims, which are true for that, and they just kind of manipulate them. Yeah. And make them and throw keto on it, and it's marketing. It's 100% marketing. A lot of supplements are marketing.
And then when we're in a vulnerable position where we want to lose weight, where we want to improve our health,
you'll buy anything.
Exactly. You will feed into things without even realizing. It's not like, you're at fault or you are necessarily just looking for the magic pill, but you're in a vulnerable state, and people prey on that, and it's very easy. So just be mindful of that.
So the multi-level marketing aspect is the thing that really bothers me, and I guess it doesn't bother me, but it does bother me because so many of you are asking us about it. So clearly there's even more of you that don't ask us about it and just like buy the stuff. Anyone who's telling you that it's good or that it's dramatically changed their lives is either like 99% of them are selling it, or they get they're somewhere in the pyramid. They get like discounted supplements for referring you, or they're just like the biggest placebo effect that they bought into somehow. Like that's maybe has happened. There's no science behind it.
Unfortunately, it's a lot of false hope, but we just want to kind of set it clear. And as Matt said, he did a personal experiment, took them for 20 days, saw no improvements. And Matt is, like, even compared to me, he's more on the athletic realm. Like, he's naturally, like, leaner, able to lift more. I don't even know how to, like, word it. You're just more of an athlete. So if it would work for someone, it would work for him. If he's seeing no benefits, guys, I mean, I'm not gonna. I mean,
I'm pretty experimental. I like to experiment with things. But the things I'm experimenting with, 95% of them have, like, scientific proof that they work. Maybe not super definitive, but at least, like, a couple studies say this thing does this. And then I'm like, okay, let me see if I take it and I feel that.
A lot of the things you experiment with, or I have, they're not for purposes of, like, losing a lot of weight and improving my diabetes and like getting off all the meds I'm on already. Like, those are not reasons you should be using you shouldn't be using supplements to fix that. Like, there's a clear way in performing.
Yeah, we know the answer.
Yeah. Okay. So just that's what I was saying. Like, your what you experiment with has nothing to do with like
weight loss.
Yeah.
There's like a few supplements that are proven to help with weight loss a little bit. There's like green coffee bean extract, there's caffeine, stuff like that. There's a few that are proven. Do research, maybe take a supplement with those if you feel like it, but even those aren't dramatic weight loss, like changing things.
You want to be in a state of ketosis, so eat keto-friendly foods.
Yes.
That's what it comes down to, guys.
So I would love for you guys to share your experiences below, but the thing is, the multi-level marketing is everywhere. So like half the people sharing below are going to be people that are like going to DM you to sell.
Yeah.
So you can't, that's why like you can't have a real conversation about it. That's our opinion on it. We'll read the comments, but yeah.
Yeah. Let us know regardless. We're here.
We here.
The
light just died.
Yeah,
see?
so
that's our take on exogenous ketones. Lots of y'all been asking.
Stay tuned. We're still in Video Day May, guys. Don't forget.
Bye.